Next card. It's a weird looking card. What the heck is this?
Quito? Quit-o.
I didn't think this through. All right, let's continue.
Rack cat? A raccoon? What does that say? Loses all mobility when not in Japan. Rocket attacks target insanely loud noises.
All right. It's nice looking.
I'll order some more of these Beggy Mon cards for my shipper. Hang on, you guys.
Pizza pie, Felipe, pizza pie. Turn on the ovens, mozzarella, and delicious.
My chat out of nowhere just started freezing randomly, and no one could really explain what was going on or why. No one seemed to know what was happening. But there were accounts coming into the chat that were saying stuff like, Bucketeer owns you, and go here to get your chat unfrozen. And they would put like a code or something in the chat, but it wasn't clear what the hell it was. What does that code mean? I don't know. So I was just thinking it was just trolling or whatever. But from what I'm to understand, this Bucketeer guy actually was a really malicious party. He was basically trying to extort money out of people. First, he was trying to extort money out of YouTube by having this exploit that could freeze your stream chat. And he was going to try to talk to them and get them to pay him like a bounty to tell them what it is. And then YouTube blew him off and ignored him. All right. So then he started freezing random streamers and trying to get them to like pay him. You know what I'm saying? And they also were like, what? So really this guy was trying to do this for like a bit and he wasn't getting any actual attention for it until he started doing it to me, and it had nothing to do with me. It's because I have insane amounts of detractors who stalk me and A-log me and follow my every move. So if anything ever happens on one of my streams, they turn that into content for themselves. So the fact that someone was coming into my streams and freezing my chats was actually making people get content, if that makes sense. So this guy was basically getting kind of third-party attention because no one knew who he was, but people were happy to be like, yeah, someone's freezing Phil's chat. Now we can make videos about it and shit, right? So he did it for like 2 weeks on and off. And we kept trying to find ways around it to fix it. Like, for example, we tried to do like a follower or a sub-only mode that was longer and longer. First, it was like a day, then it was a week, then it was a month, then it was 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, we just kept trying to stretch it out in the hopes that eventually we get to a point where this guy could not actually affect the stream. But sadly, it kept affecting the stream anyway. Like, he kept finding more people who I guess had been subbed to me longer, and he kept being able to freeze the chat. It was incredibly annoying. Now, I'm an interactive streamer. I need to have a chat that moves. I need to have a chat that we could talk about the games and stuff. That's part of the appeal of my content. So it was hurting me, myself and my business really, really badly. And finally, after over 2 weeks of this happening, and then it happened during my marathon, and then it happened, it happened during the marathon, but it happened early. So then we recreated the marathon. It was able to stick for the rest of the show. But then it was, Sunday? And that was the worst. Like Sunday, the chat wouldn't move at all. And there was nothing we could do. Like we figured out that if you type enough, it'll unstick or whatever. But the big thing that was the downfall of this guy, this Bucketeer guy freezing chats, he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He was so braggadocious about doing it that he was going to detractor restream chats and other places like forums and Discords. And he was bragging all about it. And because he was bragging, he gave all the information out about it of how he was doing it and all of that. And so people gave me this information. They said, Phil, here it is. This guy's an idiot. He's just talking about it publicly. So I tweeted, well, I guess you could call it a tweet, but I sent a message on X publicly to Team YouTube saying, listen, I need help with this. I can't fix it myself. I need you guys to look into it. And at first they blew me off. They were like, oh, you sure it's not your browser locking up? I'm like, no, this is an issue for everybody. The whole chat's freezing. And quite frankly, this thing is so messed up. You're going to screw my business over if this isn't looked into seriously. So they waited like 24 hours. And after 24 hours, I tweeted them again. And I was like, so this is day 2 of me trying to get the attention of Team YouTube. They blew me off yesterday. This isn't right. And, you know, my chat deserves to move. This is messed up. So all of a sudden, they took me seriously. They responded and were like, hey, sorry that we blew you off yesterday. We didn't realize how serious this was. Yeah, this is a really serious issue. Can you send us all of the info? So I sent them literally all of the info. I sent them the info on every, like I said, I had the Discord of this guy. I had the restreamer chats log to show this guy was talking in a restreamer stream. and this and that. And I just sent all the info to YouTube. Okay. And then if you remember what happened was, as of Tuesday, it was Monday or Tuesday, I think it was Monday night, they fixed it. YouTube literally said, thank you so much for reporting all of this. We looked into it. We found the technical issue. We've closed it. Your chat is fine. You could turn off sub-only mode. This is really nice of you that you told us about this because, yeah, this could have been a bad issue. So thank you. So that was it. We had a big celebration, right? We celebrated an all-day Tuesday when I was streaming. We had the chat back, and it was so happy. Wow, this is excellent. It was like a big celebration thing, right? Now, that's where the story ends for now. I got shout-outs to do. A lot happened in the last 24 to 48 hours, okay? I'm going to talk about it in a second. But let me go ahead and do shout-outs. So, the Luke Swanson, thank you for a $2 super chat. No, you cannot have a Dragonite if I pull it because the Dragonite cards are usually some of the most expensive. Absolutely not. But thanks for $2. And then It's Mooch did a $5 super chat saying that Boogie cracks packs for free. Boogie can crack whatever the hell he wants. He can crack an egg over his own head on his own stream. But we do things a certain way here, and it works. So thanks for $5. I bet Boogie did crack an egg over his head on his own stream, knowing that guy. And Gromit Mug, thank you for $2. I appreciate that super chat as well. We're now at 170 of support on our way to 200. When we hit 200, that's a third pack of cards we'll be opening. And Bardicate did 100 kicks. Thank you, Bardicate. 171 now. Hunter with a $2 super chat. He says, when will we get to gameplay? When the podcast is over, and I'm trying to make the podcast short. I don't want the podcast to do super duper, I don't want to have it be long, okay? Okay. So, yesterday is my day off, okay? Yesterday for me was a very stressful day. Why? Because yesterday I had to be up at 6 in the morning on my day off because I had a ton of appointments lined up. Multiple things. And it just sucked because instead of it being a nice, relaxing day where I can spend time with my wife and just be at home or maybe go out and do stuff, it was drive here and do this, drive here and do this, drive here and do this, then do this, then do this. And it was frustrating because I was so tired, getting up like ultra early and then have to move all day. It's not like I got up and I was at home. I got up and I had to move around all day long. It sucked. Okay, just to be honest with you. It was not a good day in that capacity. And then once the errands were done, which is around middle of the day, I was exhausted. I was just so exhausted. Okay? Anyway, so here's what happens during my day off. Okay? I want to say it was like 10 a.m. I wasn't home. Okay? But I want to say it was like 10 a.m. I'm not even sure. And I start getting messages in my email. And I got a tweet, and I think it was from Be More Righteous, who actually tweeted me. And it's like, Phil, alert, alert. One of your moderators has gone detractor. One of your moderators has gone off the deep end. They are unbanning everyone on Kick en masse. Phil, you must take it. What is going on? And I was, huh? Now, I'm not home. Okay? I'm not on my computer where I could easily look everything up and figure this shit out. Okay? Thank you, Gromit Mug, for $2. I don't know what you're talking about, but thanks for the $2. Okay. Okay. So I'm like, what's going on? So I jump into my Kick chat on the stupid app on my phone. Okay. Which is awful for the record. The Kick app, if you can avoid it and you can use even just log in like via a desktop browser version on your phone, do that. The Kick app is not good. All right. I log into Kick and I see King Furbs is literally mass unbanning everyone on Kick. He hasn't said a word to me. I have no idea what's going on. Obviously, the guy must be unhinged. Who fucking knows, right? And to be honest, I don't care. I'm out on my day off. I'm incredibly stressed already as it is. I'm dealing with real life shit. I don't care about this internet drama bullshit. I just don't give a fuck. Like, why is this guy acting like this? I don't care. So did I reach out to King Furbs and say, hey, are you okay? No, fuck him. I unmodded him. I banned him. I had enough of his bullshit. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. And I tried to reban a few of the accounts, but I mean, I'm sitting in a waiting room on my phone on this shitty app, right? I can't do it. So I think I might have banned like another 10 out of the 100, 200 people that got unbanned. And that was about it. That's about all I got done. I was like, this is going to suck because you know what's going to happen is the floodgates are going to open. When I stream, all these people are going to be back. And I'm not going to be able to moderate it myself right away. Hopefully we'll get a couple people to come help moderate on Kick, when I come back. But I know what's going to happen is Kick chat is going to be absolutely insane because he went in, he unbanned all these people. So that's literally all I did at first in the morning. That was it. Okay. I'm having my day. I'm busy as shit. Like I said, much later in the day, much later in the day, probably early evening. Finally, I'm coming home and I'm sitting down and I'm like, okay, now maybe I can figure out what the hell was wrong with this guy. Why did he do this? Like there must have been a reason why King Furbs would have done that on the day off, right? So all of a sudden I open up my email and I open up my ex DMs. Dude, I got blown the fuck up. Like literally I've been completely blown up. I got a million emails. I got DMs out the ass. I'm like, what happened today? And why is it always on my day off? I've said this a million times. Whenever I'm not here, that's when everything happens. It's never when I'm here. Nothing happens live. It's always when I'm busy and I can't handle. All right. Listen to these people. Will you take the casino down soon? Will you take down Doody? No, I didn't take anyone down to begin with. All I did was report a freezing chat. That was it. I'm not taking anyone down. And like I said, there's a difference. Here's the thing. People can be nasty to me as much as they want. And later on down the line, it's my prerogative. If I feel like someone went too far and it was actually harmful enough to my reputation or business that I want to go after them legally for it, right? That's what it would be. So, I always have that option in the future, but am I going to do it right now? I have no plans. No, I just want to stream. I want to stream and make gameplay content and chill vibe content with you guys, podcasting. That's it. That's what I want to do with my time. So don't freeze my chat. Don't take away that ability. I won't have to waste my time contacting YouTube about it, and then we can all be happy. Okay? Okay. Yes. Seika says, are you happy that Asha Sharna has now made Obsidian cancel?